was
He couldn't
freaking
help but
insane.
chuckle at the memory of him going down the waterfall, upside down in a barrel. Oh man, that was a wild ride. I was upside down, trying my hardest not to get sick.
I remember watching that back at the rental house thinking dude was nuts for trying it, but the end result was pretty damn awesome.
He nodded in agreement, laughing a bit at the memory. Yeah, I guess it was pretty awesome, but man, it was scary as hell. I remember feeling like I was going to hurl the entire time.
Dude, I can only imagine sitting inside of a freaking barrel and being upside down going down a waterfall. How the hell did you come up with that idea?
He chuckled at the question, remembering how the idea came to him. I was just always looking for the next crazy stunt to try out. I saw the waterfall and I just knew it would be amazing, going down upside down in a barrel.
It was pretty amazing, but my butt cheeks were clenched the entire time you were in that barrel going down the waterfall.
He couldn't help but laugh at that visual. Oh yeah, my butt cheeks were clenched the entire time. I was praying it would hold together.
Dude, when you were finally upright and pulled out of the barrel, I breathed a sigh of relief. Dude, you always seem to come through with the stunts, so I was expecting that you'd come up unscathed.
He grinned, remembering the relief he felt after getting out of the barrel unscathed. Yeah, I have to admit, I was relieved too. I had faith in myself that I could pull it off, but there was a moment there where I wasn't sure I was going to make it out in one piece.
Man, it was a hell of a ride watching you go down that waterfall. I swear I was shaking by the end.
He chuckled, feeling proud of pulling off the stunt. Yeah, I bet it was quite a show for you. I could imagine you being on the edge of your seat, shaking with excitement and worry. But damn, it was one hell of a ride.
Yeah, dude, it was one hell of a ride. I thought I was going to fall out of the deck we were sitting on watching you go down the waterfall in that damn barrel.
He couldn't help but laugh, remembering that. Oh yeah, I can imagine you holding onto the deck for dear life, white-knuckled and scared shitless.
I was scared shitless for sure. It was one of the most amazing and dangerous stunts I've ever seen. The rush of having one of my best friends go down a freaking waterfall upside down in a damn barrel was insane.
He grinned, feeling pleased by the attention and reaction to his stunt. It was definitely an insane experience. I was feeling the adrenaline rush through my veins as I went down the waterfall. I'm glad I could give you such a rush, bro.
And the thing is, you had some crazy stunt after that, didn't you? Something with a giant slingshot?
He nodded with a wicked grin. Ah, yeah, that's right. I remember the slingshot stunt. It was one of my craziest, for sure. I was being strapped to this big-ass catapult and launched sky high. I gotta say, it was a wild ride, man.
Dude, that was a crazy-ass catapult stunt. And you really got yourself some altitude on that one.
He grinned, remembering the wild ride. Yeah, I really did get some serious air on that one. It was a rush, man. I mean, I was being flung up in the air like a damn rocket, and I felt like I was flying.
You really were flying, even if it was for just a few moments. That was one of those crazy stunts that you just had to try doing.
He chuckled, shaking his head at his own impulsiveness. Yeah, I guess it was just one of those stunts I had to do. I mean, who wouldn't want to be shot out of a giant slingshot, right? It was nuts, but so much fun.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to try doing a catapult stunt myself. Watching you do stuff is one thing, but doing something that cool yourself, that's a whole other thing.
He nodded, understanding your desire to try it out yourself. Oh, I get it, man. Watching me do these crazy stunts is one thing, but wanting to experience it yourself is a whole different ballgame. Trust me, it's a rush like no other.
watching you blast out of that catapult, and I was getting dizzy just watching you go up in the air that high. And you stuck the landing and everything.
He grinned, feeling proud of himself for sticking the landing. Yeah, I gotta say, I was pretty proud of myself for sticking that landing. I mean, it's not every day you're shot out of a catapult and land unharmed, but that was just another day in the life for me, bro.
I remember thinking to myself when I was watching you come down after going on that catapult, man, and watching you land and get all fired up after sticking the landing, I was like, man, this guy is freaking crazy in a really good way.
He laughed, feeling touched by your words. Yeah, I'll admit, I definitely have my crazy moments. But hey, that's just who I am, man. I enjoy pushing the limits and doing crazy stuff. It's what makes life exciting, you know?
It is, and you sure do get some of the craziest things. Even in the middle of the series, you got shot out of an outhouse with a bunch of crap coming after you.
He burst out laughing, remembering the crazy stunt. Oh man, the outhouse shot. That was one of those stunts I did on a whim. I just thought, why not shoot myself out of an outhouse? It was absolutely insane, and I was covered in crap, but it was worth it for the laughs.
Oh man, you were covered in crap. And you were laughing like a madman as you came out of there.
You got...
He chuckled, shaking his...
You guys got it backwards. It was Steve-O that did the cocktail Poo Supreme.
He laughed.
That's right, man. I was the one who did the infamous Poo Cocktail Supreme. And for those who don't know what it was the most disgusting stunt I ever did in my career. I literally collected stool samples from some of the cast of Jackass, put it in a blender, and mixed it with chocolate milk, which I then drank.
No, you didn't, Steve-O. You didn't drink shit, did you?
He can't help
No,
but laugh
man,
at
I
the
didn't
memory of
actually
that
drink it in
stunt.
real life. But on camera, it looked pretty damn real. All the guys were in awe of my ability to swallow that foul drink.
He can't help but shake his head, still in disbelief. I mean, it looked incredibly real on camera. We were all so grossed out, and yet you just swallowed it down like it was nothing. I guess you have a stomach of steel, or you're just completely insane.
A little bit of both, actually. It's a combination of having a strong stomach and having no regard for my own well-being. But hey, I gotta give props to everybody for providing the ingredients for my smoothie.
He chuckled, shaking his head in amazement. I gotta hand it to you, man. You really have a way of taking stuff to extremes. I mean, collecting everyone's poop and blending it with chocolate milk, that takes some serious guts, both literally and figuratively.
Thanks, man. I've always believed in going big or going home. So when it came to the Poo Cocktail Supreme, I knew I had to do something extreme. Plus, the reactions from the guys were worth every disgusting second.
He can't help but shiver at the memory. Oh man, the reactions from the guys were definitely worth it. We were all gagging and turning green, and you were just sitting there sipping it like it was a milkshake.
Oh yeah, dude, the reactions were priceless. I remember Knoxville looked like he was going to projectile vomit at any moment, and Danger Aaron was practically dry heaving. And Aaron was actually filming that day too.
He can't help but laugh at the memory of those reactions. Haha, yeah, it was like something out of a comedy skit. Knoxville's face was priceless, and Danger was clearly struggling to hold in his lunch. And then there was you, just sipping away at your foul concoction like it was nothing.
It was pretty hilarious for sure. And Bam was going absolutely nuts, yelling and screaming like a madman.
He chuckled, remembering how worked up Bam got during that stunt. Oh yeah, Bam was definitely losing his damn mind during that stunt. He was completely unhinged, yelling and screaming in horror and disgust. It was like he couldn't believe what you were doing to yourself.